thought long and hard about doing this. You know what I'm saying? As like a part of me, we got friendships, and we got ups and downs. And as you go through life, you get to your 40s, you look back on some friendships. Some I mean, they're no more. Some, they say it's a reason, season, a lifetime. And you find out where your friendships stand. But when it come to me and Willa, Willa and Wall and Willa, that nigga Wardy, man. That's but a nigga. We done had a lot of falling outs throughout the years. Like, them brotherly falling outs. Our falling outs be different. We had times we done come on the block, not dap each other for a month. Just weird shit that if nobody had pick up on, I mean, well, not the newer generation, but in our older days, like in the 90s and 2000s, when me and that nigga used to be beefing, should affect the whole block. Because if we ain't talking now when we all together, ain't nobody cracking no jokes, ain't nobody doing none of that shit. Nigga just out there posted up. And again, man, this been a nigga, why I gotta do this, because nobody else know this nigga like me, dog. Dog, to find out this nigga get killed, dog, it's like, damn. So much memories died when he died because only me and him had the memories. Like, ain't nobody else to reminisce with the shit about. Me and this nigga ran a 24-hour shift on the block for like 3 years straight. Like, as teenagers, you know what I mean? Like, and I ain't just capping. Like, me and this nigga been the late night kings. Like, every junkie, every sale, every trick, every hustler who played that late night in the 90s, we been there with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I talk about everything you could think about, man. I've been there when Wardy count his first 1,000. He been there when I count mine. First time I seen 5,000, I couldn't wait to show this nigga, like, bruh, I got 5 bands, I remember we used to rent these junkie cars, and this nigga never would get behind the wheel. Shit, I teach this nigga how to drive on Hampton Park, the low circle going on Hampton Park. I said, come on, man, bro. I get tired of being the driver every time we rent a car or something. I teach this nigga how to drive when we been either 15 or 16. Matter of fact, I lied, because I already been driving. Woody might not learn how to drive till he been like 17. Yeah, he might have been 17 then. Just so much memories, dog, that them core memories, Like me and this nigga, dog, I meet this nigga, he been the quarterback for Hampton Park, but he been off East Side Project, That been JJ, Big JJ, God bless the dead, as Wardy, Bay cousin, And Wardy always got to fight, you know what I mean, since back then. So I meet this nigga, we been 12 years old. This nigga been the quarterback for Hampton Park, and I didn't know how he lead to get to be the quarterback over there. I never know that part. And then fast forward, my mama moved to James Island. So when I had come back downtown, this nigga been a full-fledged Romney nigga at that point, And when I think of Willa, when we growing up, only image I could see is that box fed, a cigarette in this nigga left ear, and that 8-ball jacket. Dog, that nigga had an 8-ball jacket, and to say that me and this nigga probably been two of the lowest income out the crew, like we ain't really had a lot. That's why when it been time to get in the game, me and this nigga going a little bit harder. I used to be like, how the fuck this nigga get that 8-ball jacket? I remember begging my mama for one of them shit, but them shit been expensive. Excuse me. Them shit been expensive. But, yeah, man, me and this nigga go back to free lunch, dog. Free lunch days, Rivers Gym, after school, leaving school. After we leave the hood after school, we would all walk home together, me, Wardy, God bless the dead, Footer. Footer is B folks. And B been living on Commerce Street. Wardy been living on St. Philip. I've been living on North Tracy. So I walk half the walk with them, and then them two walk the rest of the walk home. But that's how far niggas go back, man. We been going half on a half a slab and 2 for 20 and shit like that. And 93. Buying work in 93 together, man. Posted up on Ernie's Corner. Sneak hustling. Our parents didn't even know we doing this shit, but we sneak hustling. Just so much memories with this nigga, man. And then it been a point, once we all the way before. Matter of fact, before I get to that, even when it been time to graduate, I never graduated middle school. I failed 8th grade. When I came to school that next year to go, Ms. Summers, the guidance counselor, was like, man, look, man, I want you to do better. I'm gonna talk to the principal. I'm gonna send you to Burke. So they sent like 3 outs to Burke. I want to say me, Low E, God bless the dead, and I think it been Gerald Douglas from Crosstown. I think it been Gerald. If Gerald listens to us, he can comment if he want to. But I don't never remember Willa going to high school ever. Like, dog, I don't never remember Willa graduating out Rivers. Seemed like once all I see him in the middle school no more, bro, I just been like, fuck it. Bro, I just stay home until after school. Then he come outside and we hit the block. You know what I mean? That's just how far we go back, bro. And so much memories, man. Just, when all I said moved West Ashley, me, Trav Rock, CeeLo, Willoughby, Willa I live on Forbes Avenue, West Ashley, and Ashleyville. I think that's Ashleyville. And I live on Ardmore on Evergreen. And Trav and CeeLo, I live in St. Andrews Apartments. So we spent a lot of time in the West too, So much that shit, even times we all used to meet, like niggas would be like, man, I'm gonna get on the bus. And we jump on the bus together, city bus from different areas of the West and all end up on the bus together. That's how young we've been hanging together and how young we all had moved to the West. And shit, we'd be at Trav Rock and CeeLo them house all the time, ordering that fucking Joy Luck Chinese restaurant. We used to kill that shit. That's all, we used to kill that shit, dog. Cause again, growing up, man, we all used to be at each other's houses. That just been a thing. And somehow over the years, man, me and Wardy just get so tight. Cause like I said, we've been in more worse situations financially than the rest of everybody else. Like, everybody else just had different shit going for them. And me and Wardy been gonna be the last to have a pair of Jordans. So shit, nigga, I had to get in the game and hustle for mine just like him. You know what I mean? And that's what we did. Shit, so we ain't never been lacking nothing as kids because we gonna get our own shit. And not saying we had no bad parents, because me and bro had good parents. My mama couldn't deal with me in the street, so she sent me to my daddy, and that's how I've been able to get a lot of that shit off. And Willa just always been Willa, man. Like, he had great parents. He always been respectful to them boy, but I just always been a street nigga at heart. You know what I'm saying? And shit, from there, once we get in that game, we start just taking that shit seriously, going from trying to have weed money and sneaker money to, no, that's a livelihood, man. I really need to sell this dope so I can eat, so I can have cab fares, so I can have clean clothes to go to school. It just became a livelihood. And 97, I've been on Summer Street, just posted out there, and Pistol and Squirrel riding bike through there. I'm like, yo, what y'all got going on? So like, man, we about to head on Spring. And look, like I say, that's 97, so that's all we still let other niggas double up, but our main grind back there in the 20s and dimes. We been hustling our ass off. So I think either I had a bike too, or I jump on the handlebar, one of them boys going on Spring. Hustle for a few days. Now, mind you, that's in an era where you can't just be coming on niggas' block hustling, but, I already been a known low nigga in the streets, and I've been with Pistol and Squirrel, so niggas ain't give me no heat about it. And shit, I've been a fighting low nigga back then too, but Wardy been my man. I'm like, yo, now you need to come on Spring, but this money coming. The CI from down here, shit, I already getting shit clicking, So, bro, I come down there and he see the same thing I see. Money just coming. Niggas ain't necessarily been being like hogging the money. Like, niggas would be like, oh, that boy need a sale? So that one right there. That's another one right there. I talking about, that's how much money coming. Dog, that shit been like a movie when we first gone down there, dog. Sales coming back to back. And the fact that they had that game room and we could shoot pool and gamble on pool all day. And, Miss London been tripping on us buying beer. We been young niggas buying beer on the poker machine. And, all the restaurants been down there. So we gone from being in the hood every day. Like, we still used to go on the run, but, man, the Spring been our shit, dog, because it been a different world. I think it been more high-paced than when we been in the village. Summer Street and the village been the shit to us, but Spring just been cars spinning, sales spinning, like just shit spinning, you know what I mean? Had a lot of restaurants down there. And it's the Coke era where niggas getting bunk out. This the Doug seafood era where people used to have to pay their pager boy at Doug, so you would fuck around and put so much new sales on your pager, cause niggas will be going to Doug's. I'll be like, yo, my nigga, I got that work. So that's how I started serving a bunch of niggas Mount Pleasant. I started serving niggas from West Ashley, from all over, because niggas used to come to Doug's. and shit. As I doing that shit, Woody doing the same thing. Like I say, Spring Street, we see our first 1,000, then first 5,000. Then, I just keep growing. I always been ambitious, though. You feel me? Like Woody just been a laid back nigga. I always been the type of nigga to be like, yeah, I hang with my peer group, but I hanging with some older niggas. Then I hanging with the older niggas on top of the older niggas. Like if you think Crosser, Pusto, and Dino 3 years older than me and Woody them, but niggas like Vario been like 9, 10 years older than me. Vario and Tragic them boy, and I used to be with them boy. Rail Brown like 5 years older than me, cause Brown just turned 50. So you see the dynamic coming up. We would all be learning different shit from each other. But, dog, I soak up all that shit like a sponge, dog, because I want money. So I started learning all these things, and every time I learn something new, say if I learn something from a nigga in Almo, because I had big homies in Almo, like, I teach it to my big homies downtown. Like, I remember telling Crosser what a big it, but he be like, damn, whole time he buying a big, but he ain't getting them in that way. He might go buy 5 ounce, 6 ounce. I said, bro, you know you're doing that, you can just order a big it. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So, I kind of have been learning a lot of shit ahead of some of my homies. So I started teaching other niggas. Like, even when I learned how to cook, Willa been the first person I show how to cook the crack. Like, ain't nobody else. Though I've been learning shit from older niggas in real time and teaching my niggas and shit. We just been going. Like I said, like, we just started learning shit. Like, initially, Boneless and Shot Dog been the first 2 niggas in our crew who ever bought cars when we been young. But then when I started buying cars, shit, we started taking that shit to a different level. Like, man, let's start buying the cars we really want. You feel me? Like, so we just started doing so much shit. And Willa always been right there, dog. Like, this nigga Wardy. Like, even with the name Wardy, like, I used to always have this radio. I used to keep a radio. Always got a radio on the block. And that year when that Hot Boys Guerrilla Warfare been out, we played that shit till the cassette tape popped, dog. I done bought 3 or 4 copies of that Hot Boys. We had nothing but, all we used to listen to was Hot Boys and Cash Money. That's when No Limit had their run. But we one of the first niggas on Cash Money, dog. Chuck Wick, Lil Rico put us on Cash Money on BG when it first came out. Like, I don't know how Rico and Rail Brown used to know all the music, but they did. So we on the block. I used to have that radio and everything, but that Hot Boys always say, Water, son. Water, son. We used to always trip off that part. So me and Willa used to always say that to other people, Water, son. So much till Squirrel and Lil Baba I thought to say God, not God bless the dead, but Baba and Squirrel used to call Wardy, son, because we used to say the shit so much and the shit stick. Like, everybody just start calling Willa Wardy, son. By the time we gone back hanging on the Rum full-fledged, it seemed like the son just get dropped off and he ain't been Wardy son no more. He just been Wardy. So that's how that nigga get that name Wardy, because we started listening to that fucking Hot Boy album. So that's a Spring Street name. That's why I said, dog, we got so much memories from the spring, dog. Me and this nigga Willa, man, I talking about memories, dog. Late night going to Alex restaurant. Man, me and this nigga done been to Alex, had to been 100 times back in the days. Perkins, late night, and then going to Shoney's in the morning. Dog, like, again, like, shit fucked me up because, truthfully, me and bro done had a bunch of fallouts and don't see eye to eye on things, And the last time I talked to this nigga, we had a real serious conversation about where we stand, how we feel, and that been a long time ago, man. Me and Woody actually talked in 10 years. Like, we physically see each other in the club and talked 10 years ago, and that been the last time. And truthfully, it always been a thing with us, like, coming up. Woody's 6 months older than me, right? So we always had a low big brother dynamic. Like, you older, but technically I getting all this information, and I've been a nigga willing to do so much for crazy shit younger. I the low big brother. And it been times that I get on this nigga nerves. So if I trying to push, like, say if I say, yo, I got a plot, we can do this way, he won't go the opposite way because he'll be like, I ain't let my little brother tell me nothing type of shit. So even though we run it every day, and we just 6 months apart, but, so he don't want to do shit the hard way, in my opinion. And sometimes he'll check me too, because I remember even some gangster shit happened in the street, and I want to jump in the beef for some other niggas. And bro, I'm like, man, nah, beef, leave that shit alone. But I just seen I like how niggas been handling the other niggas. But bro, I'm like, man, that's your problem. You like minding motherfuckers' business. Like, dang, your business. If you jump in that, you can put all us in that shit. And the nigga be right. So a lot of times me and this nigga will clash because we'll both be trying to teach each other shit or tell each other shit, and we a class, dog. And I used to hate the nigga get real drunk and just get turned up. I used to hate that shit, dog. I used to leave. Like, if that nigga get drunk and start turning up, playing with the hammer, I'll leave. I'll be frustrated. And we used to know how to get under each other's skin. I remember, like, we used to be on spring, so we come in the hood every night. So sometime around 98, 99, when we used to come from off the spring, I used to more be in the village, and Woody been more be in St. Charles, because he been living in St. Charles with his granny there, and I think I just had moved on with Miss Ann them in the village. So I guess somehow whenever we get in that point when we ain't talking to each other, we ain't even dapping each other, right? So I got all the sales coming in the village. I guess St. Charles slow. This nigga done get shit and come in the village, shoot up in the air. They say, fuck that. They could just make the hood hot for nothing. I've been so shitting with this nigga. So after the police done come through, spun a couple times, now the block done died down. All them boys done move over to St. Charles because the village hot. I gone right over there and shoot up in the air and say, fuck that. Dog, like, niggas will tell you, dog, me and this nigga, dog, he funny because in our hood, he been a lot of niggas that been tight that used to have love-hate relationships. Like Pacino and Crosser do a lot of shit together, but used to disagree a lot. Boozer and Chief been like that. Disagree a lot, but do dirt together. And me and Woody been like that. It just a thing, man. You know, I don't know what it been. And it crazy because, you know, if you had known me, if you meet me later on down the life, you wouldn't know how close me and Willa been from back then. Cause we still been good, but we ain't been the way how we been in the 90s. But truth be told, nobody got more memories with me than that nigga. Like, as much as I could have been best friends with Pistol and Bravo coming up, cause Pistol been big bro, Bravo been low bro. As far as our Get Money Foundation, we did a lot together. But me and Willa, core memories, bro, ain't nothing like it. I talking about from countless nights on Bayside to countless nights in the West to, man, we used to go shopping. Bro, we used to the mall and Sportsman and downtown and all that shit every day, or at least every other day. I used to go every day, but I know Willa would come with me at least every other day, dog. And just the experiences, man, bro, we been through some shit. So, you know, when a motherfucker sent me that video of bro on that step, I been like, damn, dog, shit fucked me up, man. Even Crosser called me, nigga. Crosser been like, man, that shit was Willa crazy, isn't it? You know, cause we all grew up in a time together, dog. Like, you know, as much as niggas on the block now can think they know, bro, which they do. Everybody us who grew up in the 90s together, man, it been a different thing, man. You know, being by Big Daddy together, being by the club, dog, and, you know, it's just a lot, man, bro. Just a lot to think about, man. I'd be lying if I say I ain't stopped thinking about that shit since it happened. Nothing but memories, dog. Like I say, I literally teach this nigga how to drive, dog. Like yeah, dog. We did a lot. Probably won't be the last time I talk about some of the situations with me and bro. But just off the top, man, there's just some of the things I've been thinking, man. Like damn, dog. We go back to going half on $5 pecan boxes, middle school. You know what I mean? Like 8th grade shit, dog. Going to the dances at the Armory. You know what I'm saying? Kickbacks or low house parties on the bay. You know what I'm saying? Man, I remember, man, me and Willa being young, walking. I remember Tyshawn and some other girl, even 2 other girls. Somehow we end up in West Ashley with them girls walking all around West Ashley, just young. Man, bro, we go back to being kids. Like, you know, people know us now and see niggas, you know, that get cars and get money and, you know, fuck with women and all this. Bro, we come from the dirt, dog. Like I said, free lunch, nigga. Going to Mr. Chapman for Lucy's, God bless the dead. Going to Andrew in the bottom, drinking Seacom 7 from the bootlegger. You feel me? Going to Rev, getting bootleg liquor. You know what I mean? Bro, we come from the mud, dog. Like, we come from the fucking mud. There's so much stories, man. Like, Only Willa been with me when I used to rent the F-150 truck back then, the brown F-150. Oh, and I used to have the white and green van from Bruce them. Like, bro, we been through some shit, bro. Bro, when I had the green Grand Prix, and me and this nigga used to ride all over. Like, bro, we ride in the north, all kind of niggas blocks trying to sell 20s, dog. Dog, we go back to running the clock, riding bike on East Side, man. Me and Willa used to ride through the project, through Columbus Street, through Drake Street. We be all over on bike. And only reason we started doing that, we get that shit from Pistol and Boy. Cause we used to run a 24, and we would see Fresh and Pistol, God bless the dead, Fresh and Boy coming through 6 in the morning. Like, damn, fuck y'all boy going at? Oh yeah, we about to ride on Line Street. Them niggas used to go hustle on Line Street Saturday mornings, and they'll be out there 6, 7 in the morning. And eventually me and Willa start trying that shit. Like, bro, we been through so much shit, dog. Like, I remember we gone from being niggas who couldn't afford the sneakers to all I had wears Jordans and all Willa had wears Air Max. Because Spring Street been a fashion show, dog. Every day niggas been dressed up on Spring Street. Spring Street ain't been no white t-shirt block. Like in the village, we used to wear white t-shirt and tank tops every day. Spring, man, niggas had Polo, Nietzsche, Echo, what else been the style back then? Tommy, Nautica. Nautica been heavy back then. Nautica, Nietzsche, Echo. Shit, them shit been heavy back then, bro. Yeah, man, I got so much memories, man. I ain't stopped thinking about that fool yet. I ain't gonna lie, dog. So much memories that only I got now. And that's crazy to say, man. Get your rest, nigga. Rest in peace, fool.